My name is Zachary Dunkes, here to talk to you about coral reefs. The ocean is a wonderful place. The ocean is key in determining the health and the climate of our society that we live in today. According to Ocean Exploration and Research, quote, the majority of radiation from the sun is absorbed by the ocean, where the ocean acts like a massive heat-retaining solar panel, end quote. This is really important as it shows the significance of our ocean. Now, coral reefs are part of our ocean. Now, coral reefs are under attack. According to The Independent, quote, the world has lost roughly 1/2 of its coral reefs in the last 30 years, end quote. Now, the main reason this is happening is because of a phenomenon called coral bleaching. Here you can see an example of coral bleaching. According to Ocean Society, quote, coral bleaching is a process by which corals and anemones lose their zooxanthellae and their color, end quote. Zooxanthellae is a tiny plant-like organism that, quote, captures sunlight and converts it into energy just like plants to provide essential nutrients to the corals, end quote. Now this shows how this process is naturally occurring and it happens all the time around the world. However, although it is naturally occurring, climate change is the main factor in its rapid ascension. And the main question is how. According to Ocean Society, quote, coral reefs are feeling the heat from climate change, and as temperatures rise, corals stress and expel their zooxanthellae, end quote. Now what does this mean? This means because of the temperatures rising, due to human interaction, this isn't actually a natural process, and it's happening way more than it should. This may seem grim, but there are things we can do about it. One of the main things we can do to reduce the impacts of climate change is to reduce our carbon footprint. According to the Nature Conservancy, quote, carbon footprint is the total amount of greenhouse gases that we cause as human beings. We can work on this by improving on things such as public transportation and to use renewable energy resources. The Nature Conservancy also mentions its dire impact and the need to move quickly. According to them, quote, to avoid a 2 degrees Celsius rise in our global temperature, we need to drop our carbon footprint by 2 tons by the year 2050. This is extremely important, as it may seem like we have a lot of time, but we really don't. 2050 is not that far away. People need to be aware of what's going on. I appreciate you listening today about learning about the coral reefs. I've mentioned about what coral bleaching is, how it's affected by climate change, and how we can reduce our impacts on climate change. If there are some things to be left with knowing, it is the dire notion that we need to work quickly in order to reverse these consequences. The remaining question is, are we going to act, and are we going to act fast enough? Thank you.